Hi, welcome back to my channel, According to Kat. If you are new here, please introduce yourself in the comments below. If you're returning, just say hi. And today is the Rainbow Challenge. I'm so excited. So everyone's gonna bring you a color from the rainbow, and I'll tell you more about that later, but I got gold. So here are some of the decor pieces I made using gold. Okay, so here they are. I separated my projects into color themes. I did gold and mint, rose gold and white, and these were just some of my favorite colors together with gold, gray and gold, and last but not least, navy and gold. So if you want to learn how to make these, stay tuned. If you'd like to know what supplies I've used, please look in the description box below. And with all that being said, let's get right into the video. Okay, DIY number one, mint and gold. So the first thing I did was I took these bamboo sushi mats. I got this one, I believe, from Dollar Zone. You get one in the pack. If you can't find these, you could just use skewers from the Dollar Tree or basically any food store. And I just took some scissors and I cut it down the middle. At first I tried to use an X-Acto knife and that did not work. So an old pair of scissors worked just fine. Make sure they're old though, don't use your good sharp ones. Then I just took this little string that was holding those two pieces together as one, and I just took that off, and now I have two about the same size. Now I took a tin can and I am just wrapping it around, and I will hot glue that in place, and I will do that to two tin cans. I'm just straightening it with my hands, just hot glue. I actually went down the thread because I felt like that will give it more stability, and plus it would hide it a little more underneath the skewers. And then I just kind of patted it in place and squished and maneuvered and all that good stuff. And then I just put a little on that edge right there to hold it in place. And I pushed those little strings in too. And I did the same thing with the other one. And that was pretty simple, right? And then I will take these out along with this tall glass vase that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I will take them out to spray paint. Before I go out and spray paint these, I just want to take a moment and tell you about the Rainbow Challenge. So I thought of this idea because I thought, well, we all need a little rainbow in our lives, so I asked 7 of my creator friends to join me in this challenge. We all picked colors at random. We didn't know which color we were going to get, and then we have to create at least 3 home decor pieces using that color. Some colors are definitely easier than others, so it was really fun picking them. And here are the 7 creators that are joining me, and I am so proud to be able to call them my friends. They are so amazing and I love them so very much. So make sure you go check out their channels and hop around that rainbow and get a lot of colorful inspiration. There is a playlist, but also in the description box I will have a link to everyone's color and video, so you can go through the rainbow either way. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kat. I love to do decor on a budget, and I upload every week, so if you would like to get more inspiration, please consider subscribing and joining me on this journey. Okay, so back to the DIY. I was outside at 9:30 at night on Friday spray painting these pieces because I knew they needed all night to dry. My husband was actually the one holding the camera, so any outdoor videos, I am really not even in frame and the lighting's horrendous, so yeah, let's blame him. Okay, so I took those spray painted tin cans. I did spray paint them with a gold. I will leave the color in the description box below. And I am just putting a ribbon from the Dollar Tree right around there, and I'm just gonna hot glue that in place. Like I said, I got this ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I try to use really inexpensive products when I do my crafting so that I can craft more. You can see I made the one ribbon a little higher than the other. I thought this might have been a good idea, but it really wasn't at all. So I moved it down to match the other one. I am making flat bows. I am not a huge bow, like, you know, frilly bowy person, so I really do enjoy a flat bow or a knot more than a bow. Okay, so right here I am making the first layer of my flat bow. Here is my second layer, and then I will just take a piece to put around the middle, hot glue those in place, and then I will stick it to the ribbon that's already on the can. So like I said before, I love a few colors with the color gold. And mint is actually one of those colors. So I knew I wanted to use mint in one of these little vignettes because I just love them together. I think they complement each other so well. And yeah, so I was so excited to use that. So here is my first flat bow, and I will just hot glue that in place with just a little dot of hot glue. That's all you need. And yeah. Okay, so now I'm doing my second bow, just putting that in place, putting on my center, and just hot gluing that down. Okay, now I am taking this floral foam. It's like the really thick foam though, it's not that foam that kind of disintegrates. I like this foam better, and I am just cutting it to fit inside of those cans. Now I'm using some Spanish moss from the Dollar Tree. The foam was from the Dollar Tree too, if I didn't say that. And I'm putting it right on top of that foam inside the cans, and I'm taking this is like those nail pushers, wooden, and it has a point, so it's perfect to go right into that foam, and I just stuck it right inside one of those succulents, and then I stuck it into the foam. And look how cute these are. Before I go any further, I just want to take a moment. I know I recently told you that I was starting a new line of merchandise for my channel, and YouTube is taking a really long time to approve it, so I was able to go on Teespring and create a storefront, so I will link that in the description box below. But if you'd like to go check out all of the items that I created, I am so proud of these pieces. I did some tank tops, I did some slouchy boyfriend tees. I love them so much, and I tried to make them, I don't know, wearable. Like, I didn't want them all to say like according to cat on them, but I thought if I can incorporate cat somehow into each of them, that would be really fun, and I just love them. And I created some accessories, a beach towel, a mug with my favorite saying, "Be kind, karma is real." And so if you want to check them out, here is the link to my Teespring store. I will have that in the description box, and it will take you right there. No pressure, I'm just so proud of them. So I wanted you to see them. So let's move on. So this was that Dollar Tree vase that I spray painted, and I did this in a mint color. Again, I will leave the spray paint color in the description box, and I loved how it turned out. Now, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with this originally. At first I thought I was going to make stripes on it, and I actually was going to make stripes on it, but I couldn't find my painter's tape. So with that being said, I thought, you know what, let me try to do like dab on some gold paint and kind of do it in uneven lines, and I really love how it turned out. Paint is from Folk Art. It is gold, and it has like an iridescent hue to it. I will link that in the description box as well. And just so you know, it is rather thin, so it needed about 3 to 4 coats, but that was okay because it just built up on each other, and it just turned out so pretty. So when you turn this in the light, you could just see all that reflection in those specks. So I used these willows. I got these in the fall last year at Dollar Tree, and I love them so much in this vase. I thought it worked out perfectly, but I didn't have enough of that like taupe color, so I had to use these yellow ones with it, and it was okay because it did have a golden hue, but I wish I only had the taupe. But I use what I have because I haven't been out, and my area is still shut down. We're in the red still, so yes, I use what I have, and it looked okay. I would rather have all the taupe willows, but this works too. But I loved the vase, and I just think this little vignette looks really cute together. So here it is. I hope you like it. Okay, DIY number 2, white and rose gold. So the first thing I did was I took these really old votive holders that I've had forever, and I painted them in a rose gold. Also a big wine bottle, empty wine bottle. I painted them all with this rose gold. Again, I'll leave the color in the description box. Yes, that's my husband holding the camera. And just so you know, those were the best video clips there were. So let me just tell you. Yeah. All right. So I'm taking this cutting board from the Dollar Tree and I am giving it a good coat of white paint from Waverly Chalk Paint. And it's thick enough that I only needed to give it one coat. And I'm doing the edges as well. I'm using my little nail dryer here. I don't really use this as much anymore, so it's perfect for my craft area, and it just heats it up enough to make it dry a little faster. So this is from Habitat for Humanity Restore. I got these little drawer pools, and I got 6 for $4, and yeah, I like to get my drawer pools there. And they were brass and they were really pretty, but I wanted them to have that gold effect to match the rest of my pieces, so I just coated them with a little bit of that gold paint that I used previously. So I used this throughout, I think, all 4 of them. Yeah, definitely, I used it in all 4. But again, I'll leave that folk art metallic paint down below. And now I'm using this big brush, and I love this brush for creating that distressed, chippy look. So this is a dry brush I'm doing right now, and I just love how this looks, and I'm putting a little more on because I wanted the edges to have more of that gold just kind of streaking out of it. I do go back, and that one streak is a little long. You know which one I'm talking about because you see it, right? Okay, so that one, I will go back over that. And now I'm going to do the edges as well along the sides. And I'm going to make this into a little tray to hold those votive candles holders that I just spray painted. See, I went back over that in the white. And now I'm going around the edges with my makeup sponge. And I love using the makeup sponge, and you saw me using that with the mint vase. I like it so much more than a sponge brush because I just think it holds paint better and just distributes better. So yeah, these are beads from Walmart. You get a huge pack of them. I've been using them a lot lately, and yeah, I think those are a really good buy because they're like $10 and I've been using them all the time. I put them on a skewer to put some gold paint on them. And that's it. Waited for them to dry, and I will attach them to the bottom of my cutting board. I will have you know, I started with hot glue. I did have to go back and use my super glue gel, this gel right here, which I love. It will hold anything and keep it there, and it holds really fast too. So here are the handles that I recently dabbed on some gold paint on, and I'm just gonna hot glue those in place. And I use that same not super glue. It is a Gorilla Glue Super Glue Gel. Now, these are Waverly stencils. They're like sticky stencils. I love these. You know I use them all the time. I love them. And I wish I had more of them, like different kinds. I just like the Waverly sticky stencils. All right, so now I'm using that same gold paint, and I am just making a border on both sides of the little tray. And you'll see I'll just take that off and I'll put on the other side. And I didn't put a ton of glue on. I was okay if it was a little see-through. It didn't need to be like super opaque or anything. And that's one side, and I'm just going to go right on the other side and do the same thing. I just think when that's like sticky like that, it's great because you have so much less bleeding. I will have you know, in my Amazon cart, I do have a tacky spray that's not like a permanent glue. It's just to make something tacky. So I thought I can use them on other stencils. So I do have that in my Amazon cart, and I will be purchasing that soon, and I'll let you know how it works because then I'm going to make everything into sticky stencils. All right, so look how cute this is. Oh my gosh, I love rose gold. That rose gold paint is just gorgeous. I will link it below, and when that runs out, I will get more. These are the same sticky stencils from Waverly. I love Waverly products. I've just come to that realization. I love their paints. I love their stencils. I just like them. All right, did the same thing. I made kind of a little star effect, and there you go. Now I'm going back. That hot glue did not work on those feet, but we tried. You know why? I think those cutting boards from the Dollar Tree have like a coating on them. Sometimes I have to use like a pretty heavy duty glue for things to stick to it, things like that. I tried some votive candles in there just to show you what it would look like, but I am actually going to use little florals. This is that wine bottle I told you about in that same rose gold. These are moss sheets from Dollar Tree, and I have 2 of those, and I thought it would be like really, whimsical to add these to the rose gold, and I love this one. And this was like so simple. I don't know why. This reminds me of, I don't know if you saw it, but my fairy planner, or the gnome home planner that I did. This kind of reminds me of that, and maybe that's why I love it so much. I don't know. This was really easy and super easy and super inexpensive to make, but it's so pretty. I just love rose gold, and I love it with the, like the woodsy look, that rustic look of the moss sheets. So cute. So I'm just going to hot glue that in place, and the hot glue worked perfectly for this. And I just was very careful that it wasn't coming through onto my hand, because there's a lot of holes in those sheets, and some of the green moss was coming off a little bit. So I used my Mod Podge spray, and that really held it on. Or you can use hairspray, but I couldn't find mine. I usually keep a bottle of hairspray in my crafting area, but I couldn't find it. And that's it. I'm just kind of putting a little hot glue here and there for some of the pieces that fell off, and then I will give it a good spray with the Mod Podge spray. Did I use like the word spray like 30 times in the last 20 seconds? And just taking off that extra hot glue, and make sure you use the matte so it's not like shiny, and shake it really well. And yeah, I love that spray. It's really cool. All right, so now I am just taking some twine, and I'm going to wrap it around the center. Then I will just tie it in a knot and cut off any excess. And that is really all I did to this, and yeah, it's one of my favorites. So now I'm going to work on the little votives, and I got this, I believe, at Joann Fabrics, and I always get their stuff on sale, like extreme sales, and yeah, I get really good deals there on their florals and their greenery. So I am just cutting off these sprigs, and I'm going to put 2 in each of those little votives, and I just used that same floral foam that I did on the last one. And I'm putting it right inside, fluffing them up, and just arranging them right there on that tray. The thing I'm going to do is add this floral moss from Dollar Tree, and there were just some open spaces between those flowers that I could see the foam at the bottom, so I just wanted to cover that up, and I really thought that added a nice, compliment to the wine bottle, just because of that moss that was on there, and I just thought it brought them together. And I love how these turned out, so cute. And let's take a look. I hope you like this. Okay, DIY number 3, gray and gold. And I took this glass jar vase from the Dollar Tree, and I went outside. This was still 9:30 at night on Friday, and I gave it a good coat of gray spray. Now, I knew I wanted a drippy effect, and I wasn't sure how I was going to do it, and I didn't have enough gold paint in my little bottle from the folk art, and I didn't have any other gold paint other than spray paint. so I couldn't really pour my acrylic paint on it, so I was thinking if I get really close with my spray paint, it's just gonna drip down. And I love how it turned out. I'm gonna tell you right now, my son came down when this was drying and it was like up on the shelf, and he looks at it and he goes, "Now that was a fail." And I have to tell you, I laughed so hard, but I love that one. I was so like, no, I love that piece. Oh, I thought it was so fun, that one. Oh, okay, let's move on. So now I took these little blocks. Now they came in a pack of like basswood from Hobby Lobby, and it was like 15, 14 something, and you get a whole bunch of them though. And if you get them half off, you got them for like $7, and there are all different size pieces in there. There's blocks, there's like long strips of wood, really cool. So then I take this Waverly Chalk Paint in Elephant, and I'm gonna put that on every other side except one side that I painted gold. So the gray is going all around that block on both of those blocks, except for that one face I'm painting gold on both of those blocks. That sounds so confusing. Yeah, just watch what I'm doing. I only gave these one coat, and it wasn't super opaque, and I was okay with seeing the wood grain underneath, so that worked out fine for me. Okay, so I got these stickers from Walmart a while ago, and they're gold, so they kind of went with my theme. And I really thought this was more boho, this vignette. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but that's the vibe I got, so I thought good vibes would be a good saying to go on these blocks. So that's what I did. And I just used my little ruler here, and I think this is such a great way to make them straight. Just line them right up on that line there, and yeah, I think this works out great for me. And then I will just kind of lay it on whatever I'm putting it on, kind of press down the tops of the letters, and then carefully slide out the ruler. And it works like a charm. And there we go, good vibes. So I am using that same floral foam, and I'm putting it right inside of that Dollar Tree vase. Here is a Dollar Tree succulent pick. I'm just taking off that little clip on there. I'm using my same wooden nail cuticle pushers, and I'm putting it right in there. And I want to show you real quick that I used that floral moss again, and I will put, you know, enough to cover that foam. And then I will stick the pick right in. And this is pretty much done. This is an easy one, but oh so cute. I just love gray and gold together, and I never thought I would, but more and more recently I've been seeing those two colors together, and I really like it. And that's it. So cool. And it's so not a fail. Okay, so let's take a look. I hope you like it. On to the last vignette, DIY number 4, navy and gold. So the first thing I did was I took this Waverly Chalk Paint in Ocean, and I love this blue. And this 99-cent canvas board that I got at a yard sale, but you can get one from the Dollar Tree. And I just took that ocean paint color, and I love it, but I wanted it to be more navy, so I'm adding in some ink, which is a black from Waverly Chalk Paint. And I'm just kind of mixing it back and forth until I get the navy I want. And you know I love navy and gold because you could see that my Teespring storefront was all navy and gold. I love it. And I kept going back and forth, and then I added a little water to water it down. I love using like lids like this because you can see right here, I got a little too much water, so I just poured it down, and it goes right in those crevices, and it doesn't like pool up in your paint. So yeah, this worked great. All right, so then I'm just brushing this over the entire canvas, and I go around the sides, and when it dries, it is the perfect navy color. It's exactly what I was looking for. So I found these sticks outside. I'm using that same folk art metallic paint, and I am just going to brush on some of this gold paint, and I only gave them one coat. Now it was a thicker coat, and I kind of like dabbed it on like this, but I didn't really need to go on more than once. I think I might have went back to look if any of them had open spaces, open areas of no paint. Okay, so I took them once they were dry and laid them out on how I would want them, and I'm using that same super glue Gorilla Super Glue Gel. I like gel paints because the super glues, like they usually they're really runny. They work great, but they're super runny. And let me just tell you, whenever I craft with any super glues, I can never use my fingerprint to get my phone on, because tell me if this happens to you, because I always get it on my fingertips and then I don't have any fingerprint. I don't know. I hate that stuff on my fingers. It makes me crazy. I'm just using that gel in little dots on the back of those sticks. I kind of looked where the points where it was touching the canvas, and that's where I put the dots, and I just kind of eyed that. I got this tape from Target. It was like on clearance one time, and you got a whole bunch of shiny colored like golds and silvers, and I thought I could use it for something. It's not really sticky, so I did have to put a little hot glue on the back. But if you don't have this tape, you could just use regular gold glue and use some painter's tape and paint it on, which I would have done, but I had this tape and I thought I would use it. And then I just kind of put a little dab of hot glue on the back, and I wrapped that around and just stuck it to it. And that was it. All right, so the next part of this vignette is I used this little plate from the Dollar Tree, and you can use one of their, what's that, like a terracotta pot from the Dollar Tree, but I am using this little honey holder. My husband and I love to go to New York, and the one hotel we stay at, they have this breakfast, and they give you these little honeys, and in these glass jars. And I had one that I brought home to my daughter. Well, okay, I had 3 that I brought home to my daughter, and because she loves honey, and I thought I'm going to use that and just hot glue that on to the bottom as a little pedestal. Now I am outside again, and I am using my navy spray paint, and I will link that below. And this turned out really nice. This was a nice color, and it was like a matte, so I just really liked how this one turned out. My husband liked this one too. And then I'm using the same sticky stencils, and I'm just kind of eyeballing where the center would be, and I'm putting a little dot. That made it so much easier to figure out where I'm putting the sticky stencil, because it was hard to judge where it should go because the outside of that stencil was so, I don't know, jagged. I had a hard time telling the center, so that worked out great, just putting that dot. And then I'm using the makeup sponge again. You can get those at Dollar Tree. That makeup sponge used to be white, but they're so old. Obviously, I don't use them for my face. That's why I craft with them. But I was never using them as makeup sponges, but why would I keep that if I never used it? And it was not in my craft area, but I found it in one of my drawers in my bathroom. Yeah, I need to stop holding on to so many things. But look at it, I'm using it. But yeah, they're supposed to be white. But you can get those at the Dollar Tree. And then I went around the edges with it, and this is so cute. And this is it, and this is the end. I hope you like this. It's so cute. And here we are at the final reveal. love this part of the video, so we can recap everything that I made today. And here is my mint and gold vignette. So pretty. I love this. I love those two colors together. And you can see that I kind of staged it with my little scale that I love so much. Looks so cute. And then let's move on to the rose gold and white. I love this rose gold spray paint and that wine bottle. I don't know. I love that. And the little votive holders look so cute too. And there's a little tray and some of the stencils that we put on in gold with the gold handles. And then we have the gray and gold. And this had more of that boho look and the good vibes. I loved this one as well. It just was really different. It was something, I don't know, different. And I just love how those streaks look down it. And last but not least are navy and gold. And this was more of that modern look. And yeah, I really like this one too. But I will tell you, out of all of these, I might shock you with saying this. I don't know, maybe I won't. My favorite was the fail. Love that drippy paint. I just love it. My son is so wrong. You tell me in the comments below which one's your favorite, and don't forget to check out the other colors in the rainbow. And yeah, so check out the playlist or in the description box, and everyone's links are down there. Thanks everyone. So that's it. That's the end of my video. I hope you liked everything you saw here today, and I hope it inspires you to make something of your own. If you have not checked me out at Instagram over at Catluna Designs, please do so. If you haven't, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and as always, thanks for watching. Bye! Hi, welcome back to my channel, According to Cat. If you are new here, please. Today we will be doing the. Today we're gonna see what everyone made, and then you're just gonna hop around and. Hi, welcome back to my channel, According to Cat. If you are new here, please introduce you. No, that's not what I say. And I hope you. So that's it. That's the end of my video. I hope you liked everything you saw here today. And is that what I say? So here are some gold. Here are some gold. Here's some gold. Does that make sense? Hi, welcome. Take 38. Okay.